Welcome. It's July 6th. It's now like almost 9 p.m. It is still 30 degrees Celsius outside. So this garden tour is happening in the evening because it is way too hot in the mornings to do it. So let's just comment on the squash. I have never grown squash up cattle panel fence before, but it has been a raging success. Look at that. It has found its way up to the top. I am probably going to have to get a ladder out and nip off the top of that guy so that it doesn't keep or maybe I won't. Maybe we'll just see what happens. Maybe it'll grow up into the roof. I don't know. See what happens. So these are all spaghetti squash, and I will walk around here and show you. Hello, look at that guy. So they start kind of like this, and they flower. And then I've had a few that at this size have just kind of like shriveled up. But this one is not shriveling up, it's getting bigger. So that's pretty cool. I did harvest some zucchini this evening. So there's just like small ones in there at the moment. And we have another cucumber coming along. And there are still some green zucchini in here, but we won't go looking for them. Potatoes are done flowering. So my plan is to leave them in till the beginning of August, about 3 more weeks. And then I'm going to dig up this whole bed of potatoes. And then ideally, I will be putting in some turnips and beets, sort of like more fall vegetable stuff. But it might be raging hot, and turnips and beets don't love raging hot. In fact, I'm going to have to go around this way because the sun will blind us. It has been so raging hot that the tomatoes are not happy. Look at that. Unhappy tomatoes. Parts of them are okay. Like some don't look too bad at all. And some just look like they've lost their will to live. But it has been 32 degrees every day for a week now. So they don't like that. I am looking around to try and get shade cloth. Potentially that'll help, but I haven't been able to find it except for online. And I figure if I order it online, it's going to take forever to get here, but we'll see. We do have tomato fruit forming, so that's quite good. These guys over here, these are black Vernese, so it's a striped cherry tomato, and it will get reddish, it'll get red with like greeny stripes in it. So we do have fruit, which is good. We've got giant lettuce leaf basil down there. I've interplanted a lot of the tomatoes with basil. And this bed here is also potatoes, so again, that will come up in August. Peas are pretty much done now. It's been so hot. We got a small flush of peas, but nothing crazy. I don't know that I'll grow peas again next year. I've never had much luck with them. Unless I can find like a really shady spot in the garden, I think I might not. This bed here is mostly carrot, and the carrots are filling in. We did just put some more beets in, so they've germinated. Tomorrow I'm going to rip out all the chicory in this bed. The stuff at the back is dinosaur kale, that'll stay. I did pull up some of these turnips. There are some nice big white turnips in there, but they're all wormy. It's really gross. So they look lovely, but if you go to grate them, there's like brown bits inside, and then they're wormy. So those are coming out tomorrow too. Good riddance. We've got some new lettuces that I transplanted. They'll fill in because we have been eating a lot of lettuce out of this bed. So back there is the romaine. We had Caesar salad tonight. And then we've got some leaf lettuces. And see, they're already going to go to seed. So they're bitter by this point. You'll see there's like a white milky stuff that comes out of it. And that means it's bitter. You probably don't want to eat that unless you really like bitter greens, which I don't mind them, but got some nice new frilly lettuces coming in and some baby ones underneath there. This is all rocket. Still good, but getting almost too big to eat anymore. So half of this kale is coming out tomorrow. All of that chicory at the back is coming out. And the kales and the chicories, I will process them. I'll just like quickly blanch them in some boiling water, drain them, put them in a tea towel, dry them as much as I can, and then I will freezer pack them. I've got one of those vacuum packers, so I'll freeze and pack, and that'll go in the freezer, and that will be, greens for the winter. You can add them all to all kinds of stuff: soups, stews, lasagnas, whatever you want. We are getting beans. So there's some little guys, lots of little guys actually, and I have picked a few already. The nice burgundy beans. They look lovely. As soon as you cook them though, they do turn green. But they're a nice contrast just in the garden for a bit of color. We've got some more leaf lettuce down here. Cabbage. Butterfly milkweed, the pointy thing, and that'll stay year over year, so that once it's established will be here in the garden for the butterflies. More beans, climbing beans, onions, and they're starting to fill in, so that is good. Long day onions are best for us up north here because now that we've passed the summer solstice, they start to fatten up and put more meat on and like bulb out. Down here, these were onion planted from seed, so they'll basically be like little green bunching onion. I have put in some Swiss chard. There's yellow Swiss chard and red Swiss chard. And that should carry me through to the fall. Swiss chard can handle the heat, thank God. This was cilantro, well, still is cilantro, but I've let it go to seed, and we will get coriander seeds off of this. So that'll be for the spice cupboard for the winter. More romaine lettuce, Chinese broccoli. And I've actually let them go. I probably shouldn't have, but as you can see, they were broccolis-ish, broccoli stem-ish things, but yeah, I've let them go to seed. So we'll probably also rip that out tomorrow and process the leaves and put them in the freezer. The climbing beans that I was super excited about hate the heat and have suffered tremendously. So, I don't know. Hopefully they will flesh out again in the fall. That's happened to me when I grew them in Oakville. But yeah, they've pretty much stopped growing. They're not producing any flowers or beans. But we'll keep an eye on them, and hopefully come the fall, they will kick back up again. I have planted another cucumber. So it's not too late to do that, you guys. It's still like beginning of July. There's lots of growing time. I did that as well because look at my cucumbers over here. Ravaged. Absolutely eaten to shite by something called cucumber leaf beetle. It's yellow with a black stripe on it. I did go a little bit crazy 2 evenings ago, and I came out here with my electric tennis racket, and I basically went across all the garden beds and killed as many as was humanly possible in a fit of rage. So we've diminished the population significantly, but as you can see, they have done their damage. So hopefully the new leaves coming up will be okay and we'll get some new growth. As you can see, we do have, these are pickling cucumbers. We do have a little pickling cucumber coming on. And if that guy germinates, we'll maybe get another one there. And again, it's still relatively early in the season. I have to remind myself, these plants need time to get bigger and do their thing. So, yeah, that's kind of it. Oh, let's show you the peppers, because the peppers are actually growing. Some more lettuce down there. Yeah, we've got some peppers too that are worth showing you. Let me find them. Oh, there they are. Hello. Hello, Pepper. Hello, peppers. So, there's another one in there. Not sure what they are yet, because, again, I lost the labels. But as they start to turn, I'll know. Eggplant, starting to produce some flowers. So that's kind of cool. More peppers. This is how I sow lettuce often. I'll just use a milk crate or something, cut it open. Looks a little bit ghetto at this point because it's been here for a month now. But then as I pull things out, I will transplant some of these guys into the garden. Yeah, that's what was done over here. They were transplants from the milk crate. So, yeah. Oh, I'll show you the sunflower too. We do have a flower, which is kind of nice. Butternut squash. So we have one down here. But look, it's yellowing. So I think that's it. Like, it's not going to actually turn into a fruit, which sucks. I'm not really sure why that is. Every year's a learning curve. But there are other ones on the plant, so maybe that one will turn into a squash for us. These are spaghettis as well. So more spaghetti squashes. And again, these guys are taller than me. I can't even reach up there really. So hopefully these squash start doing what that one's doing and fatten up. Anyway, that's a quick zip around the garden this evening, and thanks for watching. Have a good evening.